Hey everybody, this is Alysé, your favorite root worker, and today we are going to talk about femininity and the moon and kind of how things have gotten very complicated for females. So, let's start. Firstly, you would see that in all of our birth charts we have the sun as well as the moon, right? It's not like only men have the sun and women only have the moon. It isn't like that. It is like both of us, these two qualities, masculine and feminine, they coexist. Okay, there is sun during the day and there is moon during the night, and they coexist at the same time. But it is just that when the sun comes on, the moon is like kind of faded because moon is a reflector. Okay, moon is not, it does not have its own source of light. Okay, moon reflects the light, and that talks a lot about femininity because femininity, it basically gives you back what you give it. Okay, it is a reflection. It is not just a source, but it's a portal. Okay, if you go too close to the sun, you'll get burned. But if you go too close to the moon, you can actually land on the moon. Okay, you don't get burned. The fact is that women are not supposed to function like actually they are functioning today. All right, that is doing everything, that is burning themselves. You know what? The sun, they burn themselves, okay, to give others light, right? Women are not supposed to do that. Women are not supposed to burn themselves to give others light. Women are just supposed to be a very strong reflector of whatever light she is getting. Okay, and it is he or she both. Okay, I'm just going to talk in absolute terms. Okay, but these terms are not absolute. It exists. It coexists between in all of us. All right, so I'm not trying to do a debate on masculine and feminine. We have already done that 100 times. Feminine exists in males as well as the masculine exists in females. Okay, so we are not going to debate that. But the sun represents discipline. Okay, the sun comes at around the same time every day without fail. For hundreds and thousands of years, the sun has been, coming on time and going on time. Yes, the length varies and everything, but basically it has always been disciplined. It is like a mark of discipline. Okay, but see the feminine. Okay, see the moon. It has its phases. It literally has phases. Okay, it is like someday you can see it completely. Okay, someday you can't see it at all. Someday you see part of the face. Someday you see half of the face. And it is very intuitive. Okay, it is how it feels because the moon represents your feelings. How are you feeling? Okay, that is what the moon talks about. How are you feeling today? All right, and there is no doubt that females are connected with the moon because of our menstrual cycle. And it is absolutely, it's, don't you think that it is a bit funny that our cycles are absolutely synced to that of the moon? It is absolute. Okay, there is no doubt about it. And just like the moon, we have phases in our menstrual cycle, but that is not all. That is not all. It defines like how much energy we feel. Okay, like say for example, during our menstrual cycle, we go through a little bit of pain. Some people go through a lot of pain, but I'm saying there is pain. Okay, there is shedding something. All right, we all go through the maiden, mother, and crone phase. The crone phase is when we are having our periods. Okay, so that is the crone phase where we are mourning and shedding, and you'd find that we are very irritable around that time, right? And we're during our ovulation phase when our egg is ready to be fertilized, right? That time, we are our fullest, we are the mother, okay? We are very giving, we are very appealing as well. It is very, it's like kind of like, we are full, all right? Like how a mother is, she's like full, all right? Like she's glowing, and there is no lack, she's abundant, all right? So we are in that phase during our ovulation phase, and during our luteal phase, I think it is called, we are in the maiden phase. We have a lot of energy, we feel fresh, we feel like we can do a lot of things at that time. And yeah, that's really great. It's like it's a pretty great um time to start new things, because it is like the maiden, like, just like you say, this is the maiden voyage. Okay, it's like, taking a leap. All right, like, yeah, you can start new things. But you see how systematically, say, there's birth control pills and modern medicine and all of these things, all right, they have regulated your cycle outside yourself. Okay, that the pills are not the problem, it is everything else. All right, because you see, if we are intuitive, if our intuition works, all right, then we will know we will not just take whatever we want. But these, it's not just a spill, okay, but everything, every company, every capitalistic organization is trying to tell us, you know what, you need this. If you don't have this, what are you doing? Okay, your life is a waste if you don't have this. Okay, if you don't, so they want us not to know what we need, because if we know what we need, okay, we are going to be very wise users, right? They don't want us to know what we need, they are telling us what we need. Okay, and it has been going on for like around a century now. But look at the condition of their body and mind. All right, I deal with a lot of women, like about 60 to 70% of my clients are women. So I know that the problems that they are facing, and it can't be that only the people who are facing the problem is coming to me, because I have a good friend circle, a good social circle, and I know that most women are not happy, even if they have the picture perfect life. The expression of the feminine is by knowing. If we know what we want, we won't listen to them. We won't listen to them telling us this is like the new cream that you need. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. This is the new cream you need. No, you don't need it. You don't need it. You should try and cut out things from your life until you feel better, because you know and this is a scientific principle, right? You cut out things, you stop things, and then we find out that, okay, fine, this is the thing. You zero down on that one thing or two things that are causing the most amount of problems, and you cut them out. So you start by understanding that what exactly is causing the problems, and how do you understand that? It is by cutting things off. And this exactly is again where this entire sinister thing is functioning, because it is it is like making everybody, not just females, everybody become more and more attached to things and not get attached. And the feminine side of wisdom is detachment. Because if you have a portal within yourselves, you won't be attached. You won't be, at least improperly attached. The attachments that you form, okay, those are going to be very intuitive. There's going to be very flowing. There's going to be it's going to change. Okay, it's going to change over time. And that's the magic of femininity. It is going to change over time. And all of these endocrine blockers with perfumes and synthetic materials and everything else, it is blocking it. And don't get me wrong, I love a good perfume, I love nail paint, I love makeup. I'm not saying those are wrong, but decreasing it, and not getting everything. You don't need um 15 different products for your face. Maybe, okay, take 5, all right. But then what is happening? What, these products are not just enough. Then people are going through surgeries. Okay, people are not happy with contouring their face. They want to change their nose, they want to change their lips, they want to change everything. Okay? Because somebody's telling you, you are not perfect. Okay? You don't know better. But the point is, we know better. It is just that it is a systematic destruction that where women have been told, don't trust yourself, don't trust your intuition, those are absolute invalid shit. Okay? But it isn't that. If this makes sense to you, then do let me know what are the things that you are trying to cut out of your life. Because after I understood this, okay, after I understood that how connected we are to the moon and we are a reflection, we don't produce our own thing. Okay, you give me energy, I just parcel it and I rewire it and I send it back to you. I am a reflector, okay? And I will always be a reflector because I am in touch with my feminine side and my moon is very strong, okay? So I know that a lot of people will think that this is complete, like some kind of a conspiracy theory, but you know what? If you think that's a conspiracy theory, I want you to do this, alright? On a full moon night, or any moon night where the moon is visible, sit down, go to the roof, go to the window, sit somewhere you can see the moon, okay? And ask yourself this, meditate on the moon, connect to the moon, okay? Just see and connect to the moon. Just have the intention of connecting to the moon, you will be able to connect to the moon, okay? And ask that whatever Alysé said, okay, does it have any sense or no? Is it complete bullshit or no? Okay, and just try and we can have a good discussion in the comments. Okay, I'm open to talk about things in the comments. I hope that once you understand the systemic degradation of femininity, you can choose better for yourself. Okay, it is just choices. It's just choices. So do let me know what you think. Thank you for listening to me.